Time for stories to start your morning, beginning with Brooklyn bench boss. According to a recent report, there is growing speculation that Kevin Durant wants Mark Jackson to be the next head coach. That after his business partner has been tweeting about Mark Jackson. Nick, would this be the right hire?
I think Mark Jackson's fine coach. I agree with Antoine as far as I think the best hire would be Ty Lue. But listen, what we know is the Nets are going to do whatever Kevin Durant tells them to do. And what we also know is Kevin Durant kind of models his career arc over doing what LeBron did, just a touch less impressively. So I got LeBron left the Cavs because they couldn't beat the Celtics. KD's like, I'm going to leave the Thunder to join the team I can't beat. LeBron bought Liverpool, part of it. I'm going to buy an MLS team. LeBron started a media company. I'm going to start a slightly less successful one. So I don't think he's going to get LeBron's coach. He'll get a slightly worse version of Ty Lue. So Mark Jackson, Antoine, seems just about right. It seems like the right fit. I would imagine this is how it goes.
As much as I love Mark Jackson and I've been, rooting for Mark to get back as a head coach, I still think T. Lue's the best coach for this team because of what T. Lue's done. Obviously, he's coached the best player in the world, in LeBron James. This year, coaching Kawhi Leonard. He's been in that locker room with two stars. Obviously, he's coached Kyrie Irving as well. So you got to think about a guy who can be familiarized with these guys and who can handle big-time talent. And I don't know, Mark Jackson, he does have, the pedigrees. He's got the swag, the style to do it. But he's kind of been out the game for a while. I think T. Lue will just be a better fit right off the bat if you want a real coach who's been in that situation with those type of superstars.
Guys, I think this is a fool's gold job. I think it looks great, and it's not great. There's going to be a ton of pressure on this team when Kyrie and KD come back. It's going to be an abridged season. It's going to start in December, got a lot of odd things happening. And if you don't get off to a hot start, no one's going to look at KD and Kyrie. We're going to say, hey, what about the new guy? What about the new coach? So I think it could be a David Blatt, Ty Lue situation. I would not want this job right out of the gate, Nick. Wow. I don't think I'm going to be offered it anyways.
That's an interesting
but if I was offered this job, I'm going to turn it down.
You'd probably take it. Time to shoot your shot. Sixers head coach Brett Brown said Ben Simmons has, quote, shot more threes in practice the last few days than he might have for almost half a season, and he looks good. Antoine, guess all the Ben Simmons problems are solved. You finally find that Ben Simmons will be shooting threes consistently now in games?
Listen, he don't have to shoot 5, 6 threes a game, but he's got to look at the basket. If he wants to become a great player in this league, a Hall of Fame type player, he has to look at the basket. If you all you got to do is look at Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd's career was not a great shooter early on in his career, but he learned how to make a three-point shot and became a very capable three-point shooter. I can even take it to a player a little less notch, a Bruce Bowen type. These guys added something to their game, and Bill Simmons is much more skilled than those guys. So he has to look at the basket. I don't know if he's going to do it. Obviously we got to see it in the games, but he doesn't have to shoot 5 or 6 threes. Just try to shoot 1 or 2 a game. That'll kickstart.
One a month would be an upgrade, Jenna.
Would be a lot for him. Rocket Power. James Harden practiced for the first time with the team down in Orlando yesterday. The Beard telling reporters after the workout, quote, hey, once we get Russ back, we can beat anybody. Nick, you agree with Harden?
Oh, I don't know if they can beat anybody, but I certainly hope that they don't end up as the 4 or the 5 seed, because if they don't end up as the 4 or the 5 seed, they're going to be in the Western Conference Finals. If they have to play the Lakers in round 2, they won't get there. But if they can end up being on the opposite side of the bracket as the Lakers, to where they have to go through the Clippers in round 2, they'll beat the Clippers. The Rockets are the most interesting team coming back from this restart, Antoine, because the biggest issue for the Rockets over the last few years is James Harden worn down once the playoffs begin. And we might see start of the season James Harden at the start of the postseason. First 25 games of the year this year, he averaged 40 a game. He then slowed down a bit afterwards, in part, I think, because the overall, not wear and tear, but the usage rate and volume, it wears him down. he's now had 4 months off. And so I think Harden, you don't have to worry about Russ. He's, as Jenna would put it, indefatigable. He's never going to get tired. But Harden has worn down a bit, Antoine, in the past. And so I think the Rockets are a wildly dangerous team, Antoine.
They are a wild card, and they're a wild card because they got two dynamic players. They have two guys that can get you 35 to 40 in any given night. There's not a lot of teams in the league that has these type of dynamic players. The problem with Houston that bothers me, if they have to play like the Lakers or somebody, the size. I still believe small ball is going to bother them in certain teams. The Clippers will be an interesting series, but the Lakers with size will wear on them a little bit. But I do agree with you, Nick. I love what James Harden has done to his body over these last 3-4 months and getting himself in even better shape. And that could be the difference in him wearing down. But they are a wild card. They could beat anybody. I'm a huge Russ fan. I believe he's got the capabilities to carry and win in a couple of games every series. He's that good. So they'll be right in the mix. It just depends on matchups for them.
You know, there was a very insightful quote that I thought would give us a good perspective into James Harden. If we could put it up, I won't tell you who said it. I think the world knows no matter what's going on, James Harden loves to hoop. He's a competitor, so today in practice, we got after it. Nick, do you know who it was?
I do.
You saw the article. Don't say it. Don't say it. Just reveal it.
Was.
Just reveal it. Just reveal it.
But you tell America.
Boom, it's James Harden. Antoine, you know when James Harden starts speaking in the third person, the Rockets are in a good spot. So congratulations, James Harden. Rockets all the way to the finals where they'll lose to the Bucks.
George is getting upset. On to
There we go, Jenna.
there you go. On to the King's Quest.
Don't encourage the Seinfeld.
More Seinfeld.
Well, I'm just going to keep waiting. Want one more? Because I can give you more.
Here it is.
Lakers head coach
No, go
Frank
ahead.
Vogel said LeBron James looking outstanding in practice, and it's, quote, as if there wasn't a layoff at all. Nick, are the Lakers a lock to win the title if LeBron picks up where LeBron left off?
All right, so this is a very interesting question, Jenna. First of all, it is no surprise to anyone, or it should be no surprise to anyone, that of all the players who knew how or found a way how to deal with the unprecedented layoff and to stay in shape and to stay ready, LeBron would be near, if not at the top of that list. But the question is, what you said, if LeBron plays like LeBron plays, are the Lakers a lock? And here's what I'll tell you. Since 2012, every single year, with one very rare exception, if LeBron James had an all-star caliber teammate, he's won the championship. That's the rule. 2012, D-Wade averages 22 a game in the finals. They roll to the title over the Thunder. 2013, D-Wade averages 20 a game in the finals. They beat the Spurs in an epic series. 2014, D-Wade's body starts betraying him. He averages 14 a game in the finals. They don't win. 2015, Kyrie and Kevin Love go down. His second best player is Dellavedova. Even though LeBron gives you 36 and 13 and 9 a night, they don't win. 2016, Kyrie is exceptional in that series against the Warriors, averaging 27 a game. They win the title. 2017 is the one time this rule does not apply when you're playing maybe the most talented team ever. Kyrie was great in that finals, as well as LeBron averaging a triple-double. They don't win. 2018, LeBron averages 34 a game in the finals. His second best player is Kevin Love, who was injured throughout that, and J.R. Smith, who averaged 9 a game. They get run off the court. So, to me, Antoine, the answer to this is yes, because Anthony Davis is not even going to play like an all-star. He's going to play like an all-NBA caliber player. And if LeBron has one guy playing at that level, he hoists the trophy at the end of the year, unless you're going up against an all-time historic super team, which does not exist in the NBA this season, Antoine.
The Lakers are my favorite to win the title, but they're not a lock. It's a lot of things that have to go well for them. One, like you just alluded to, Nick, obviously Anthony Davis has to play great. But I'm more worried about no Avery Bradley, no Rajon Rondo. Is Dwight Howard going to be the same Dwight Howard we saw when the season was came to a stoppage? J.R. Smith, Dion Waiters, can you get these guys involved? He's going to need other guys to step up and play really, really well come playoff time. I'm not worried about LeBron James. I know he'll be ready to go. And then if they play the Clippers, LeBron James has to have the killer mentality. He can't wait on his teammates. That series will be more, and we saw that right before the break, where he could dominate the game by scoring the basketball. So there's some things that I am a little leery about. I still have them coming out the West, but I worry about the other guys. Can he implement those new guys, and can Dwight Howard play at the level that he was playing at before the break?
Well, Nick's not worried. Nick may have the Lakers as a lock to win the finals. My guy Charles Barkley, simply put, does not. But wait, there's more. Take a listen to this.
The Portland Trail Blazers get in the playoffs. They will beat the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round.
Ooh. Oh, that is bold.
That is pretty bold. That is bold. Wow.
It's going to have a very tricky path to the finals. This is worst case scenario. They could face these guys, but you've been the Blazers guy for weeks, Wilds. What do you make of Chuck's prediction?
Well, I love it. It's not even that bold. I mean, I don't know if they'll win, but I do like it. Nick, I should have gone harder with this take and just straight up said that they would beat the Lakers. And I know what you're saying about Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis can't guard any of the guards that they would have to face. Not guarding Harden, not guarding Russ, you're not guarding Kawhi, you're not guarding Dame. I think that's a huge problem for them. And then just to push back, Nick, because I know take integrity is the foundation of this show and your life. You said they will. LeBron always wins unless they're playing an all-time historic super team. And you know my favorite stat in the world is that the Bucks are not an all-time historic point differential.
They're not.
What do you think? They're fifth all-time point